Donald Trump's impromptu declaration that America will acquire Greenland, the Panama Canal, and possibly Canada during his second presidential term have set the hares running in embassies across the world. France, Germany, and Denmark have all warned Mr. Trump not to pursue Greenland, which has been in Danish hands since the early 19th century, and expressed alarm over his refusal to rule out a military invasion to secure it. The Panamanian government, meanwhile, is furious at the suggestion it should surrender its canal, which was built by Americans but sold to the Central American country in 1999. Some say Mr. Trump's comment should just be ignored. He does, after all, have a number of obsessions that have not become policy. But behind the diplomatic bluster, the president-elect was making a serious point. Above all, the Trump foreign policy team is concerned about China, and American territorial expansion would be one way to counter its rising influence. In his press conference on Tuesday, Mr. Trump said his main motivation for acquiring Greenland was national security. The Pentagon's latest Arctic strategy, published late last year, showed China's increased interest in the region. As the ice cap melts, the Arctic will become a major shipping route, and Chinese ships have been spotted in drills with Russia off the coast of Alaska. A Trump team source told the New York Post that the purpose of the Greenland expansion was to send a strong, deliberate message to Beijing that American interests in the Arctic will be protected, even at risk of angering Europe. It comes as his son Donald Trump Jr. this week visited to Greenland and posed with MAGA hat-wearing residents, leading to his father saying, "I am hearing that the people of Greenland are MAGA." Mr. Trump was much more explicit about the role of China in Panama, where he said Beijing-flagged ships were at both ends of the canal and should be countered by American forces. That claim has been debunked by experts who say there's no evidence China has a strong military presence at the waterway, one of the world's most important shipping lanes. But as the second largest user of the canal after the U.S., China has been on a diplomatic offensive with Panama for some years. In 2017, Panama cut ties with Taiwan and recognized it as part of the Chinese mainland. A strong indication that the country is growing closer to Beijing and further from Washington. That will alarm U.S. policymakers, who are especially sensitive to China's ability to threaten American economic interests. In the last 2 years, the number of Chinese-sanctioned cyber attacks against American critical national infrastructure has skyrocketed, and the U.S.'s diplomatic clout in Africa has been threatened by Beijing's Belt and Road Initiative. It is likely the case that Mr. Trump's aggressive stance on Tuesday was a form of political posturing, and that he has no intention of taking any territory by military force. The diplomatic consequences of that strategy would be dire, and only drive intermediary countries towards China for fear of suffering the same fate. But the intended audience of the incoming president's words was not Greenland, Panama, or even European allies. Mr. Trump was speaking indirectly to the Chinese Communist Party, which he feels has become emboldened under Joe Biden's administration. Discounting the president-elect's flair for drama, the message was quite clear. America will not give up its pole position without a fight, and if territorial expansion is required, then so be it.